This video will explore how to find the surface area of cubes and prisms. First, let's go over the definitions of prisms and cubes. A prism is a three-dimensional object with two identical bases and rectangular sides connecting the bases. The bases and sides are the faces of the prism. A couple examples of prisms are rectangular prisms, which have rectangular bases, and triangular prisms, which have triangular bases. Cubes are a special type of rectangular prism with 6 identical square faces. Now let's look at what surface area means. Area is the amount of space inside a two-dimensional shape, and surface area is the total area on the surface of a three-dimensional shape. To find the surface area of a prism, you find the areas of all of its faces and add them up. Since those faces can be rectangles, squares, and triangles, we will be using a few different area formulas to find surface area. The formula for the area of a rectangle is length times width. The area of a square is side length squared, and the formula for the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Let's try an example together. Here we want to find the surface area of a cube with side lengths of 16 millimeters. Cubes are a special type of prism because they have 6 identical square faces. Each face is a square with side lengths of 16 millimeters. We know that the area formula of a square is side length squared, so the area of one face is 16 squared, or 16 times 16, which equals 256. Since there are 6 total faces, the total surface area is equal to 6 times 256, or 1,536. Since surface area is measured in square units, the final answer is 1,536 square millimeters. In our next example, we want to find the surface area of a rectangular prism with a length of 9 inches, a width of 7 inches, and a height of 3 inches. If we sketch a picture of this object, we can see that the faces of the rectangular prism are rectangles. This means we need to use the formula for area of a rectangle. Area equals length times width. Taking a look at our picture, we see that the rectangles on the top and the bottom of the prism are identical to one another, the rectangles on the left and right are identical, and the rectangles on the front and back are also identical. This simplifies our calculations because we can just solve for the areas of 3 rectangles and then use each number twice when finding the surface area. First, let's find the area of the top and bottom rectangles. The dimensions of those rectangles are 9 inches by 7 inches. Substituting 9 and 7 into the formula for L and W, we find that these rectangles have an area of 63 square inches. Next, we can find the area of the rectangles on the left and right sides. The dimensions of those rectangles are 7 inches by 3 inches. Using the numbers 3 and 7 in the area formula, we find that both of these rectangles have an area of 21 square inches. Lastly, the front and back rectangles have an area of 9 inches times 3 inches, or 27 square inches. To find the surface area, we just find the sum of the areas of all 6 faces. For this prism, the surface area equals 63 plus 63 plus 21 plus 21 plus 27 plus 27. Therefore, the surface area is 222 square inches. Here's one last example. We want to find the surface area of the given triangular prism. A triangular prism has 2 triangular faces and 3 rectangular faces. To solve this problem, we will need to use the formula for the area of a rectangle, area equals length times width, and the formula for the area of a triangle, area equals 1/2 base times height. The base shapes of this prism are 2 identical triangles, so let's find the area of these triangles first. The base of these triangles is 3.1 feet, and the height is 1.9 feet. Using the formula area equals 1/2 b times h, we can substitute 3.1 for b and 1.9 for h. After we multiply 1/2 times 3.1 times 1.9, we find that the area of each triangle is 2.945 square feet. Then we need to find the areas of the 3 rectangles. The rectangle on the bottom of the prism has a length of 3.1 feet and a width of 6.7 feet. So the area of this rectangle is 3.1 times 6.7, or 20.77 square feet. The other 2 rectangles are identical to each other with dimensions of 6.7 feet in length and 2.5 feet in width. So the areas of those rectangles are 6.7 times 2.5, or 16.75 square feet. Finally, we can find the surface area. The surface area equals 2.945 plus another 2.945, since there are 2 triangular bases, plus 20.77 plus 16.75 plus 16.75. So, the surface area of this triangular prism is 60.16 square feet. I hope this video has given you the confidence to master this skill. Thanks for watching.